It's the tush push. Tush push. It's the tush push. The tush push. And you know what's even better that the Giants did the tush push is that two starters got injured. Their starting center left the game after the play, didn't return, and also their the tight end. I mean, both guys got hurt. Yeah, Daniel Bellinger and starter center John Michael Engelmeiner Schmitz. His name is my name too. Do 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 do. So they couldn't get the tush push, and people were busting Dino Jones that maybe he needs to do a little more leg work. That's why I saw some tweets. I was like, holy shit, they're bashing him. Bashing him, I tell you. I mean, oh my God. Talk about a shit show. Oh my God, that game. I mean, it was, well, I'm training. So I'm walking home and I watch a replay. Kenneth Walker III. Hey, good afternoon there, Josh. They didn't blow a whistle. Well, he went down and he wasn't really tackled. They're celebrating the Giants. And he gets up and just starts running. Thank God the butt and his elbow went down, but they're talking about butt for a while. They talk the buttocks. So that happens. And then, Isaiah Simmons tackles Geno Smith going out of bounds, which I thought was Geno Smith's knees were kind of the way he was going down. He kind of like bent his knees, which I didn't think Isaiah Simmons had anything to do with. So he thought McKinney did it, and he was getting all pissed off. And, he even got a penalty later. He was jawing with the bench. He thought it was a dirty play. I watched it. That wasn't a dirty play, dude. That was a tackle. But they go for it on their first series, the tush push. Can't get the first down. And then Drew Lock comes in. He leads him to a touchdown. He throws one to Noah Fant where, I talked to Harris. They're not tackling. I mean, Carl Banks said last week, they're not tackling. And they're not tackling. And, oh, my God. And 6 penalties on defense. 2 interceptions. A pick 6 where Witherspoon, the first round pick of the Seahawks from Illinois, who had been one of the last guys to sign, he looked like a superstar yesterday. He said they'd watched film and they knew where he was going to throw the ball, that Jones locks on his targets. When he got back to the bench, Brian Dable was screaming at him, and then actually when talking to him, and he flung away the tablet as he was talking to him. Yeah, they looked scared. Josh, they looked scared with everything. I mean, it was 14-3 at that point. So you thought a touchdown there for the Giants would have made it 14-10, and it did not happen. And 24-3, they ended up losing. It could have been even more. It felt like more. I mean, 11 sacks, which to me, it's almost incomprehensible, a team having 11 sacks. And they could have had a lot more. He was the leading rusher. They had on the offensive lineman. Who was the center? He was on after, what was it, Sean? I forget his name. The guy was on Manicast. And then he goes, he also does the Giants post game. He was hilarious. He said at the end of the game, he said to Peyton, he goes, man, I haven't seen a beating like this by the Seahawks since the Super Bowl. And then Peyton goes, well, I guess it's time to go. Well, if it wasn't before, now it's your time to go. And I just was like laughing at my ass off. I mean, they had nothing to talk about. They were showing pictures of Eli that he couldn't swim. They were showing, Eli and Peyton doing something. I mean, they had nothing to talk about. It wasn't a football game anymore. I mean, the reactions of the fans when that pick 6, it was a guy just put his hand through his bald head, and some young guys were like, I guess everybody's like, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, Daniel Jones thought, 4 years, $160 million. We can get out of the contract after next year. And they play Miami this week, and they play Buffalo on Sunday Night Football. And Daniel Jones is now 1-12 in primetime games. What's he now? 0-7 on Monday Night Football? 0-6 at 1-12 in primetime games. Now, Andy Dalton second, 6 wins, 21 losses. 1-12. Jesus Christ. Talk about, what? It takes some of the pressure off the Jets. I mean, because the Giants now look like, they make the playoffs, and someone said that they shouldn't give the coach of the year to a guy who beats his over-under the previous season. That's why, just because he beats his over-under for wins in the season doesn't mean he should be coach of the year. And everybody's saying, well, Dave was coach of the year. They won a playoff game last year, and now they're going backwards. I mean, whew, that was a hot pile of shit. And Jamal Adams, I can't stand that he has the moniker Prez, because that just bothers me. He's just this arrogant prick. So he has 2 tackles, almost a sack, 9 plays, and then he gets hit in the head when Jones tried to leap over him. He's in La La Land. He's screaming at a physician, a non-affiliated NFL. I guess he's a guy who's watches for head injuries, and he's screaming at the guy that he wants to go back in the game. I'm like, dude, really? I mean, you got up, you were wobbling, but 9 plays he lasted after, first game in 385 days? Yeah. I mean, listen, I don't want anybody to get head injuries, but he's kind of a douche. I'm not a fan. Kind of like the Mets, successful previous season, then look incompetent this. Yeah, but the Mets won 101 games, and also, yeah, well, they did lose in the wild card to San Diego. Yes, good call there, Josh. Good. What's an analogy right there? Is that or simile, whatever you want to call it? It was very nice, very, very circuitous. Circuitous, is that the word you want to use? It's very nice. I like that, Josh. You're quite wonderful. So the Giants at home this season have been outscored 64-3, 6 turnovers and 18 sacks given up. For the season, they've been outscored 122-46, and their minus 76 point differential is the worst in the league by 14 points. So congrats, you're the worst in the league. Congrats. They started 7-2 last season. They're now 4-9-1 their last 14 games. They've been outscored 382-259. So they've only been outscored by 123 points in those 14 games. Wow. 100. Wait, no, I'm sorry. They've only been outscored, 359. Yeah. 123 points. They've started at least 1-5 in 4 of the last 6 seasons. They've been outscored 77-9 in the first half of the season. And think about it. They played Thursday Night Football. They had 11 days to prepare for this fucking game. And this is the turd they dropped. 11 days. The offensive line, Neal, what? Dude, I know they didn't have Andrew Thomas, but good God, Neal was a top 10 draft. Wasn't he a first-round draft pick out of Alabama? He is lost out there, folks. Lost, I tell you. I mean, Saquon's on the sidelines, and I don't like those. I'm all for diversity, but they look like somebody threw something together and threw some against the wall and made it try to work, and it doesn't work. Yeah. And Daniel Jones, yeah. Giants 3 losses by combined 94-15 have all come in nationally televised primetime games. Okay, and now Daniel Jones. So they came back in the Cardinals week 2. In that half, Jones threw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. In the other 7 halves of football, 14 quarters, Jones has 0 touchdowns, 8 turnovers, and he's been sacked 21 times. 1-12. He is a .077 winning percentage, lowest of any quarterback with a minimum of 10 starts since the 1970 merger. Worst primetime records. Jones 1-12, .077. Andy Dalton 6 wins, 21 losses, 222. Jeff George 5 wins, 17 losses, 227. And Ken Anderson 3-10. 1-12. Yeah. Devin Weatherspoon, the number 7 pick of the draft, fight in the Illini, 97-yard pick 6, 2 sacks, and 10 tackles. Tied a team record with 11 sacks. The all-time record belongs to the Eagles, 14-52. The Giants averaged 3.4 yards per play. Bobby Wagner, 17 tackles and 2 sacks for Seattle. Jesus Christ. And Geno Smith had to throw for only 110 yards. I mean, good God. Wow. I mean, ugly. And Arik Armstead for San Francisco said, Daniel Jones, I'm so disappointed in you. Why would you throw the ball so quick versus us and let these people have a career day? Why weren't we deserving? I'm never even making fun of them, other teams. I mean, that's good God. Yeah. Well, no, are you talking about I saw him throw the tablet. That was after the pick 6. Now, listen, I think he was rattled, and they, at that point of the game, he has really regressed. I mean, yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I saw everything, man. Brian Dable's like, hey, throw it here, and easier said than done. I mean, and he didn't take him out to the very end. I thought he kept him on way too long. And there could have been like 15 sacks because he got away from a couple tackles. You were like, okay, a sack's coming here, and it didn't happen. You were like, Jesus. Yeah, and players like, we have to be better. Yeah, of course. McKinney said, I don't care what everybody else is saying. I don't think the answer is Darren Waller said, and I can't tell anybody else how to do the job. All I can do is what I'm supposed to do and go out there and try to execute. Well, they didn't. So they're 64-3-2 home games. Only 75 Chargers scored fewer points, 0, in their first 2 home games. Yeah, Witherspoon said that, he ran basically a return route, so I jumped it. He threw the ball and just tried to get to the ball. That was really my whole mindset. Yeah, he said after the game that Jones liked to stare down his first target, which helped him jump the route. So Jones went 27 to 34, 203, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 10 rushes for 66 yards. Also had a fumble, ball stripped out of his hands, which led to another touchdown, 7-yard line. They took a 7-0 lead. Yeah, I know. So Jones threw a bad interception at Tennessee, turned things around through the tablet. Now Seattle was 17-0 off turnovers. Third straight win, the 3-0, 3-1 to go into a bye. Yeah, it was ugly. 7 turnovers in 4 games for Jones. And 6 special teams penalties. Where, they're saying they put out that Gray, the rookie from Oklahoma, they put Adoree Jackson, who's their number one. Yeah, kind of telling telling how? What do you mean telling? Telling that Dable got so upset about that, Josh? Or that, everything going on? This is his quarterback, dude. They won a playoff game last year. They won in Minnesota, and then ever since then, they won that game, and they played terrible against the Eagles, and it's carried over this season. They'd have an amazing second half. They were shut out the first half against the Cardinals, and pretty much they've been beat up in every goddamn game this season. I mean, really, they played 2 good quarters this whole season, and 11 days off? Yeah. I mean, what's Dable going to do? I mean, does he fire coaches? Does he get rid of the special teams coach? Who's it going to? Justin Pugh used to be a Giant who's a street free agent right now. They might bring him in. You got to bring somebody in. Somebody's got to play. I mean, you have all these guys. Shane the GM. You're going through all this stuff. You bring. You do all this. Actually, but it just made me think that there wasn't hype this year for the Giants like there was the Jets, because the Giants, you got back Saquon. You really didn't add a lot of talent to this team this year. Basically the same team, which did well last year, and Wan'Dale Robinson was coming back healthy. You got Darren Waller, who up in the air, and you thought that that Daniel Jones made strides and they gave him the big contract, and now you're like, holy shit, where's the future? Where's this going? Nowhere good. Nowhere good. Yeah. Jeez Louise, man. Yeah. They were down 14-3, 3rd and 11 on 24, and Matt Breeder gained 4 yards. They punted. Boos rained down, and Dable said there was miscommunication. Daniel thought he heard one thing, and it was another thing. And I mean, dude, you can't have this shit. I don't know how this happens. You're down 14-3, and there's a miscommunication. You're trying to get some momentum going, and that's your answer? Miscommunication. Like, my bad. We made a mistake. We're down 14-3. Throw balls to the wall, guys. What else? What do you have to lose? I mean, just go for it. See what can happen. I mean, oof. I mean, very telling. Yeah, a lot of things Josh are telling you about this season. I mean, it's an embarrassment. I feel for Harris, all the Giant fans out there. I mean, hey, it is ugly season, man. It's like, is it going to get any better? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, especially next 2 games against Miami and Buffalo, they'll probably play good ball. Now that they have nothing to lose, backs against the wall. But I don't know. Buffalo looks really good. Miami is pissed off they didn't play well in Buffalo. They're going to go back home and try to beat the shit out of them. Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with Dan Dugan. Maybe, they say Sterling Shepard's not getting any snaps. At least Hyatt got some snaps, but not for much. And Jamie Stewart said he wishes that Mike and the Mad Dog were still around, because after a brutal game, they're great. They're great. It's great radio, which I don't disagree with. Yeah, 11 days off in that stinker. We're not playing well right now, not coaching well right now, so got a lot to do better. Dude, you just came off 11 days from your last game. That's not an excuse I didn't want to hear. You had 11 days to prepare. You had a Thursday game. You had the whole weekend. You had 11 days to prepare for this. And this is what you came out, 11 sacks. Holy shit. I mean, the kid cries wolf after a while. You don't hear it. I don't hear it anymore. I just hear like, really? That's your answer? My bad. We got to do better. We got to do a lot better. Cowboys cornerback Darren Bland leads NFL in interceptions 2022, 5th round pick last year. Where did Darren Bland play? That's a good question. JD, that's a very good question. I don't know. I don't know where Darren Bland played his college ball. Sacramento State before transferring to Fresno State. 5th round pick, 167 pick. Wow. 2 interceptions against the Pats. Returned one of them for a touchdown. Earned an elite 91.5 from Pro Football Focus. 8 interceptions more than any other player. Tyler Smith, first-round pick. Highest rated guard, 93.1 per Pro Football Focus. They think Zach Martin and running back Rico Dowdle can play against San Fran Sunday. Jake Ferguson, tight end, is on pace for 73 catches for 626 yards. Awesome. Justin Herbert fractured his left middle finger. Left middle finger. That was in a Seinfeld episode where his finger, he said, did that guy give me the finger? He goes, is that Danny Tartable? And he has his finger in the, I thought that's what I thought of. So middle finger fractured. He's not expected to miss time. Kenny Pickett, not expected, could play Sunday. Bone bruise, but Tomlin is not happy with the coaching staff. Could Matt Canada finally be let go as offensive coordinator? Time will tell. Matt Stafford for the Rams, hip bruise, expected to start against the Eagles on Sunday. Mike Evans missed time with a hamstring tweak. And they have a bye week, so he'll get extra rest. Myles Garrett day-to-day with a foot injury. Should be back after Cleveland's Week 5 bye. And this terrifies me. So they did the Toy Story live telecast of the Falcons Jaguars. Michael McCarthy, senior writer on football, said that we could see a Black Panther version of an NFL game, an Avengers version. NBC Universal has the Super Mario Brothers movie. I really think the sky is a limit right now. Do I really want this? Why can't they do like a Benny Hill one? South Park would be good. Okay, South Park. Something, maybe Family Guy. Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I guess we can go crazy with all this stuff. I mean, Josh's kids love this shit, so why not? MLB attendance, over 70 million fans during the season, up 9.6% from last year. Average attendance was up of 29,000 and change, up 9.1%. 17 to 30 clubs attracted more than 2.5 million fans, matching an all-time high set in 2000. 8 teams more than 3 million. They got 12.7 billion minutes streaming on MLB.tv, a 9% boost. Yeah, right. Number of users watching MLB.tv increased by 14%. I guess it's not dying, baseball. And we got Major League, we got the playoffs right now going on. I know we're all excited for the playoffs. Let's see, MLB playoffs. Rangers up 2-0 on the Rays, top of the 6th. Blue Jays Twins just started. Then we got Diamondbacks Brewers at 7. Marlins Phillies. And Murders in the Building is coming back for season 4. I thought this was the last season. No, it's coming back for one more season. Well, maybe even more, but definitely for season 4. Thank you, Michigan, for that little tidbit. I really appreciate that. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, I had all these things that happen in baseball over time, and I realized that I really don't. Yeah, Lionel Messi's going to get his own documentary. It premieres October 11th on Apple TV. I kind of want to watch the Beckham one, and I have to watch. House said I have to watch the one on the Florida Gators. That I need to watch. Yes, that is a definite. Oh, and the Sixers want more for Harden than the Clippers are willing to give right now, so that I'm okay with that. I think they should let him sit on it. Yeah, sit on it, Potsy. Sit on it. I know I'm dating myself when I say that one. The A's are the worst run differential through 21 games, minus 100 since the 1896 Louisville Colonels. Whew. The Reds were the first team since 1890 to win 11 games in a row. The season after losing 100 games or more, joining the Louisville Colonels. And for the first time since 1882, the Reds beat the Cardinals by at least 17 runs. Thank you, baseball reference stat heads. And Chris Young defended his team's postseason clinching celebration. Said it's ridiculous that it's even a subject, ripping the Astros reporter pretty poor journalism for a classless comparison of the in-state rivals. Why? There was a debate on 105.3 The Fan on Monday, one day after the Rangers squandered their American League West Division lead to the Astros the final day of the season. Yeah. We had a very subdued champagne popping, but beyond that, there was no partying. There was nothing outlandish. Yeah, why do we care? Rangers secured their first postseason appearance in 2016, 6-1 win Saturday over the Mariners. Needed another win Sunday, and lost by the Astros didn't happen. Texas lost to Seattle. Houston beat Diamondbacks 8-1. We celebrate titles in Houston. Oh, a lot of people were wondering what it was like, what it's going to be like if the Stros didn't win the division. I guess we'll never know. I still love that. Yeah. Brian McTaggart, who covers the Astros from MLB.com, and sparked a social media firestorm Sunday when he posted it on X, formerly known as Twitter. The Rangers partied last night while the Astros had a champagne toast and quickly turned their attention to Sunday and one more win. Houston's been there, done that. Mentality paid off, it seems. Well, you did lose, so I guess, do I really care? Hey, you know what? If you win your playoff series, who gives a shit? Are you really gonna, complain about that stuff? Yeah, I don't know. I love Jokic. I love Jokic. He said, this was the most fun summer he had. He said, no, it was opposite. We played an extra 2.5 months. He won a title. He also said he touched the basketball a couple times, not much this summer. Jamal Murray shook his head. No, the entire team. He was speaking. Yeah, I guess they all, and Josh Kroenke on the summer of Jokic, we all kind of left him alone. Said he changed text with him yesterday for the first time in months and understands how much weight he's carried the last few years. And on losing Bruce Brown, Jokic said, of course we're mad at him. Maybe we don't give him a ring. Yeah, he's big into horses. So I guess he was pissed that, the season goes on forever, and especially if you win a title. So it took away from his summertime off, but that's what happens. And a bipartisan congressional commission citing the NBA's stated values called leagues to ban the sale and use of shoes and other sports apparel made by forced labor in China and to meet with victims of the authoritarian government's repression. It was a letter sent Friday to Adam Silver. Leaders of the Congressional Executive Commission on China asked Silver to meet with various groups to learn about the sad reality of genocide. Don't you think the Players Association and all that should be meeting, that a congressional group has to call out the NBA? I mean, they can call out Apple. Isn't there a lot of companies that can call out? A lot of stuff's made overseas. We talk about how everybody's carrying, has American flags on their goddamn cars, but how much shit's actually made in America? I don't think a lot. The letter also called on the league to ban any NBA branded gear made with forced labor from China and prohibit players from wearing shoes on game days that were made by Chinese companies using cotton from Jinan, a region where more than 1 million Uyghur Muslims are now held in barbed wire camps. So it includes members of Congress and the White House appointees. They sent a letter to the NBA Players Association President CJ McCollum. Yeah, so, and Enes Kanter Freedom, who alleged the union pressured him to stop criticizing China's human rights record. A day later, the committee said it learned that All-Star guard Kyrie Irving had signed a new contract with Chinese sportswear company Anta. Yeah. Okay, well, it's estimated that 20% of the world's cotton comes from Xinjiang. In 2021, passed the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act. Yeah. They asked Silver and McCollum to answer a series of questions, suggested both could be called to testify in future hearings. What are they going to do? They're going to make them do it? Really? I mean, come on. Last year, ESPN identified 17 NBA players who had shoe deals with 4 Chinese companies accused of being tied to forced labor. None of the players of the representatives responded to. Oh, of course they didn't. Yeah. Good luck doing that. And the former NBA Players Association Executive Director Michelle Roberts, the outgoing, said that the union does not endorse the commission or genocide or crimes against humanity. And Kyrie's all, he's always talking about everybody, but I guess he was okay taking the deal. Maybe he did some research. Yeah. I don't know. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm not talking that's ridiculous. So the government's going to get involved and tell the NBA owners and players and the commissioner what to do. I mean, it is a thought-provoking thing. I agree. Is anything going to come of it? I don't think so. I mean, they're going to keep doing. Players are going to go where the money is, and they're trying to make money off. Yeah, because he had one. I mean, Kobe used to go over and do stuff and everything. So, I mean, nothing's changing. Come on, guys. I mean, no. But it does make you think. Makes you think, and then nothing will be done about it. But people will complain and whatever, and they'll keep doing the same old shit. Yeah, I mean, I just thought, I was like, oh, so someone's trying to push, and I feel like there's other things we should be worrying about. The homeless around. Just look in New York City, the migrant situation, the gas prices. This is not something I feel that's. Why do we always worry about things overseas when we can't keep our shit together here at home? I feel like that's important to me. Maybe I should run for office. And Michael Jordan's in the first athlete to rank among the United States 400 wealthiest people on Forbes 400 list, worth an approximately $3 billion. Crazy. He earned approximately $2.4 billion pre-tax through partnerships with Nike, Gatorade, McDonald's, Haynes, and more. He made $93.9 million as a player. Isn't that crazy? $93.9 billion, $93.9 million. He sold the majority stake in the Hornets at $3 billion. Congrats to him, man. And he's still going to make money. He's a small stake in the Hornets, co-founded the Cup Series team 23XL Racing with Joe Gibbs racing driver Denny Hamlin in NASCAR. So I don't think we have to worry about that stuff. He'll be good for a while. So the $2 billion athletes are LeBron James and Tiger Woods. Yeah. Lionel Messi series coming. Yay, that's going to be exciting. I told Josh about it. Show Josh is here. I'm here. On my way. Yeah, he's on his way. Yeah, and Bumbles is working. Red Sox slugger is going to take Christian Arroyo and catcher Caleb Hamilton have agreed to lose important pieces. Yeah, why are they considered a slugger? You know, Newsbreak sucks. I got to be honest with you. Every time I look at this shit, Bumbles, they suck. It gives me stuff it doesn't need. It's not even helpful. Cowboy OC says Trey Lance's knowledge about former team will be leveraged. Yeah, come on. Yeah, okay. You don't think they're going to prepare for that shit? Vonda's excited to return. Good for him. Marcus Smart, mixed feelings. In-season tournament does bowl well as the league tries to generate excitement. I don't care. I don't really think it's. I don't think it's anything that I'm like, oh, okay. I feel like, the in-season tournament to me is kind of snoozeville. The Cubs are supposedly going to go after Alonso. Bronny said he's going to play this year. Yeah, time will tell on that front. I mean, we'll see what happens going forward. Trying to see. Oh, Randy Arozarena mom, first pitch, is watching your son play for the first time. Aaron tells Pat McAfee that he's progressing quickly through typical Achilles tear recovery. Yeah, so that means he'll be back next week? Is that what that means? Zion is going to play center, more pick and rolls. O'Brien downplayed Mac Jones, saying it was uncharacteristic week 4. Judon got bicep surgery. Hope to return this season. I don't think he's going to return, but we'll see how that goes. Rob Gronkowski. Who's Gronk suggest for them to go after? Oh, so now Gronk thinks that they should go after Kirk Cousins. That's riveting, because I mean that wasn't something they talked about anytime recently. Josh Jung is the 4th rookie in Rangers history with at least 1 postseason RBI. Thank you, Sarah Langs, for that one. Steelers to sign Denzel Mims, a former Jets wide receiver, former Brown, to their practice squad. Why not? Harden expected a practice, but we'll see how that goes out. Pickett likely to practice too. Mike Tomlin was critical of coaching. Of course he is. Why not? Yeah, the Panthers, I agree. The Panthers need more to build. They built up the defense. Now they get more offense around have to get more offense around Bryce Young. That's a definite. Yeah, he needs more weapons. They said they might go after a wide receiver. I mean, we'll see how that goes. Oh, and how about this? Virginia's $80 million football center, part of a larger athletics master plan that will include an Olympic sports complex, will feature a new weight room, player lounge, locker rooms, and a theater. They might go after Chase Claypool, they said. I wouldn't call him a star. I call him as a guy that doesn't play a lot and pisses off a lot of people. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that Giants game was ugly. Ugly. Oof, tush push. Alabama kicker Will Reichard and punter James Burnett are 2 of the team's leading candidates for MVP and statistically are the nation's top combo of specialists. Thank you, Mike Brodak, for that. That's a good thing. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Public schools in the Power 5 conference will pay their football head coaches an average of $6.2 million this year, which marks a whopping 14.3% increase from 2022. $6.2 million for Power 5 public colleges and universities. $6.2 million. Thank you. That's a lot of money, Steve Berkowitz. I mean, I just think about that. If you can get the job, get it, because that's a lot of shekels. I saw this too, that Angel Hernandez is being let go, but it was just on Vintage Baseball on Instagram. Nowhere else did I find it. Adam Wainwright tore his labrum in his 199th win, was pitching most of the year with a partial tear. So he did get his 200th win, but goddamn, it's pretty scary, right? I mean, you need your shoulder for everything. Apple is preparing to offer Formula One a massive deal that would eventually lead to Apple having 100% exclusivity to stream F1 races. $2 billion per year. Yeah, listen, everyone wants to get into the sports game. Everybody wants. I don't see why it would not. That's a good thing. You know, Apple needs to have more product out there. And after a 13-year NBA playing career, Wayne Ellington has joined the Miami Heat as a player development coach. Played for the Heels 2006, 2009, including the 2009 NCAA championship team. His 22 jersey hangs in the rafters of the Dean Dome for being selected the most outstanding player in the 2009 Final Four. Congratulations, Mr. Ellington, on that front. Very proud of you. Orlando, thank you, Jeff Castle, for this one. Orlando's now level on points with the Reign for the final NWSL playoff spot. Reign hold tiebreaker right now and has more wins and more losses granted. Impressive season from the Pride, however it ends. I agree. That is an impressive season. Thank you, Jeff Castle, for that one. I totally agree with that front. Yeah, Giants, you think we're all frustrated? Yeah, I would say, yeah. Yeah, that was ugly. That was one ugly game. And he already has more interceptions, 6 this year, Daniel Jones, than he had all last season, 5. And Michael David Smith posted, Daniel Jones DJ has a guaranteed salary of $36 million next year. He will count $47.1 million against the Giants salary cap, which means he's not going anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. And I think Daniel Jones plays his ass off, but good God, that was ugly. And some guy won his fantasy because the defense for the goddamn Seattle, 29 points. He won fantasy. I did not win. Only 2 quarterback games in the regular season with at least 10 sacks and 2 interceptions since 1992. One belongs to John Beck in 2011. John Beck played for Miami, went to BYU. The other was Daniel Jones last night. That's scary. Yeah, Sean O'Hara. That's who was on. That was Sean. He was hilarious. Yeah, oh my God. He was so goddamn funny. He said, brutal night. First, I have to watch this debacle with Eli and Peyton on the Manning cast. And now we have to relive it on Giants post-game live with Madeline Burke and Victor Ortiz. Yeah. Send beer. I thought that was funny. That was just funny. Send beer. And Aaron Boone is coming back in 2024. I mean, did we think anything less? I mean, I saw Ethan Yankees recap put that, he can't be the scapegoat for Cashman, but I feel like they need. I was talking to a guy last night, and he makes a lot of bad decisions. His dad wasn't a good. Bob Boone wasn't a good manager. Aaron's not a good manager, and he's good. He's good in the press box, good as an announcer, but he's not a guy when you need sometimes the manager helps you win games, and Boone isn't that guy that went 82-80. Judge is pissed off. Everybody's pissed off. Yeah, Darren Waller says the fans deserve way better. Xavier McKinney says he doesn't care what anybody outside says about them. We have to be better. We have to be better. Will we be better? I don't think so. Yeah, okay. Also, they said Harrison Fagan says Anthony Davis definitely appears to have a chip on the shoulder after the Nuggets celebration. Dude, you got lost. He goes, it's very motivational. I mean, obviously KCP is my guy, so you kind of congratulate him like you got this one. But it was just a lot of like the talking and the Lakers' dad. There was just so much of that going on. It was like, all right, we get it. Y'all won. Let me and Bron have some conservations. Like, we can't wait. There's no moral victories. It ain't like, oh, we had a 0.3% chance of making the playoffs and we got to the West Finals. Now we feel like we had enough to win. No, you didn't. Obviously, we had to climb an uphill battle for 2 months trying to make the playoffs, but it's a lot of motivation, and you want to win. Anytime you lose, it's motivation to get ready for the next season, to try to compete for a championship. So that in itself is motivation, but also a little talk that's been going around all summer. You heard it? Yeah, I'm on social media, and I heard it. Ooh. I mean, come on. Sure. Anthony Davis can't stay healthy any goddamn season. And LeBron's going into his 21st year. I thought they got as far as they could last year, and that's it. And, he can talk and all that stuff. You got your asses kicked. You got swept by. What do you really? You got swept in the finals. What did you expect? That's the way the world is today. Everybody just is a little nasty. People are mean. People are really mean, man. People are mean. That's the way it is, man. And David Hellman says, so Andrew Siciliano, we knew he'd like to stare down his first target, Devin Weatherspoon. David Hellman put, I love when the defenders rub salt in the wounds after a game like this. You don't get to kick someone's ass often in this league. Let it rain. Yeah, and it rained, folks. It rained a lot. It poured. Poured. Oh, and percent of drives ending in a punt or turnover this year. San Francisco leads with 29%, which is amazing. I mean, so only a quarter. The worst team is New England 71% of the time, the Jets 63%, and the Giants 59%. Wow. So San Fran 29, Seattle 31, Buffalo's third at 33, then Dallas, Miami's even 38, Philly at 40. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then Rams, Cardinals, huh? Kansas City and Houston. The worst teams are New England, Pittsburgh, Chicago, Browns, Panthers, Vikings, Raiders, Bengals, then the Jets. Oh, the Jets. And then the Giants. Falcons. Yeah, a lot of it's only going to get worse. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Mr. Adams. Jackson Smith, the Jigba, has just 62 receiving yards through 4 games. Quentin Johnson, 44 through 4 games. They are the 2 least amounts for any rookie wide receiver this year that was drafted in the first 3 rounds and has played at least 4 games. They were the 2 highest drafted wide receivers, 20th and 21st. I don't disagree. The Seahawks and Chargers need to incorporate their star rookie wide receivers more. Yeah. Well, now you have Mike Williams out, so Quentin Johnson will get more playing time. Yeah, crazy, right? Crazy. 19 seconds. That's how the amount of time the Giants have had a lead in all 4 games. 19 seconds. That's terrible. Thank you, Brick News, for that one. Yeah, that's crazy. They're terrible. Oh my God. Oh, that was just ugly. That was so ugly. And I didn't see this. Seahawks linebacker Boye Mafe lost his mother to cancer on Mother's Day. Pointed to the sky. Yeah, I thought, all right. Yeah. Seahawks are now 29-12 Monday Night Football games, best record in NFL, 13-4 since 2010. They get it done. And DJ Davidson, I saw him. He got a tackle for loss at the end of the game. This guy, 6'3", 327, played at Arizona State. Was a 5th-round pick last year. DJ Davidson is a big man. And Wequahek has outscored their opponents 294-0. 294-0. That's high school football. I mean, that's annihilation, right? I mean, I would say that's an ass kicking of all. And Frank Ragnow is the Week 4 NFLPA Community MVP after hosting 8 grieving families for a day of fishing, games, a boat tour, and gifts in memory of their loved ones. Thank you, Adam Shep. That's beautiful, man. The Giants offered this season, including the second half against the Cardinals. 37 drives, 1 touchdown, 15 points, 8 turnovers. Well, that was before the end of the game. 20 sacks. I mean, and Devin Weatherspoon, OptaStats, the only Seahawks is the only NFL player, rookie or not, to have 2+ sacks, a 95+ TD in the same game since sacks became official in 82. No other rookie has 2+ sacks and a 95-yard TD over the course of an entire season. He did it in 1 game. Yeah. Wow. First Seahawk to have 2 sacks and a pick 6 in the same game. 3rd rookie ever. Andy Katzenmoyer versus Miami in 1999 and Todd Shell versus the Saints. 3rd rookie ever to do it. It's freaking crazy. Oh, Mike McDaniels to Sean McDermott after the game. Unbelievable job today. I respect the fuck out of you. Gotta love stuff like that. I mean, that's nothing else you can say right there. Yeah. He tossed the And Kevin Clark says, you wish Daniel Jones could have some more time to throw so we could see more of those terrible decisions. Ouch. Ouch. That is rough. Yeah. Yeah. So the Giants have been outscored by 68 points in the first half through 4 weeks. That's tied for the worst first half point differential through 4 weeks since at least 2000, tied with the 2002 Bengals, who ended up going 2-14. So Giant fans, it bodes well for another shitty season. Thank you, Sheil Capadia, for that one. Yeah. Drew Lock came in, got a touchdown. Hey, what the hell, man? That's all you can ask for, right? Daniel Jones, 24th career lost fumble, most in the NFL since 2019. That was ugly. Jamal Adams, 9 plays. Payton, butt cheek down. All we were talking about is butt cheeks. Thought that was funny. Butt cheeks. Trevor Ziegler says a penchant for the fancy playing can put up points. Now it's time to find out if he can be the dude. Yeah, 3 years, what, $17 million? We'll see. Yeah. I don't know how Eagles do the tush push, and the Giants can't do the tush push. I don't get it. No Astros has struck 30 home runs and stolen. Hey, all right there. Is this Michelle? Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Say hello, Scott, for me. How's everybody doing? Saw your son on the street a couple months ago. Hope he's doing well working in New York. Sent him. We got to get together. I told Michigan, we got to get Faye, Michael, Scott, you, all of us get together as one unit, do something, hang out. So no Astro has struck 30 home runs and stolen 30 bases since Jeff Bagwell. Kyle Tucker did it, and then it was taken away by official scoring change. That doesn't suck. That would piss me off. You go that far, and then you're like, God damn. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and Tom Brady jersey from 700 TD game sells for $1.2 million at charity auction, which was thrown by the Reform Alliance, the Criminal Justice Reform Foundation, co-founded by the event's host, Fanatics CEO Michael Rubin, and rappers Meek Mill and Jay-Z. In total, the event raised $24 million toward criminal justice reform. Brady reportedly spent $2 million of his own money toward the cause. You're a good guy, Tom Brady. You're just a wonderful person. And Gonzalez is going to be out a couple weeks with a shoulder separation. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good going forward. And Klay Thompson would play for his native country of Bahamas in Paris Olympics. My dad never got to. I would like to. Pace of MLB games dropped to 2 hours and 40 minutes, a 24-minute decrease from the year before. Phil Nevin was fired, but they kept the GM, which I think is bullshit. Phil Nevin never had a shot with that job. And NFL's flexed Week 6 Lions at Bucks from 1 to 4:25. It'll be on Fox. No games flexed out of that time slot, by the way. All right, good for them. Aaron Boone staying. Yeah, you knew he was staying. You knew he was staying. That sucks. So we'll see what happens. Kenny Pickett, not going to miss much time. That's good. And Devin Vassell is signing a 5-year, $146 million contract extension with the Spurs. Thank you, Legion Hoops, for that. It's a lot of shekels, man. Did I miss anything else today? Oh, the Masked Singer premieres. Chucky's on soon. I can't wait. Tonight's this. Milwaukee Bucks reportedly signed 8-year. Maybe that's old news. Why do we keep seeing old stuff that no one cares about? Seeing Giant fans come to the defense of Daniel Jones, no line injuries, makes you realize what Jet fans look like defending Darnold. Wow. That's crazy. All right. You know what? Let me see. Did I miss anything else? Let me see. Buff Star Hunter. Oh, he doesn't want him to come back, likely to miss the next 2 games. Rodgers attacking rehab. Bulls ball insists he's playing again. I'm only 25. Let's see if that actually comes to fruition. Let's get to some trivia questions. Did I miss anything? Geno Smith. Maybe no flag if I'm a Swiftie. Really? Yeah, and he was regretful. Trent Dilfer regretful about sideline outbursts. An assistant coach. Was he really? He didn't sound it. He really snapped. And he once, when he was coaching high school football, he grabbed a player by the shoulder pads. He's just fiery. He's fiery. That's what he is. All right, let's get to some trivia questions. Let me see. Last year, okay, so Michigan has played 7 schools they've lost to. They've only played once, but 7 schools they've lost to once. Can you name 3 of them? Well, it's interesting because they are playing. They've never been in Texas. They met once. January 1st, 2005, Texas beat them in the Rose Bowl with Vince Young, 38-37. They'll face off again in home and home this coming September in Michigan in 2027 in Austin. Oklahoma have just met once back in 76. The programs face off in the Orange Bowl. The Barry Switzer coach Sooners beat Michigan 14-6. They're going to face off again in the future home and home series scheduled for 25 and 26. That I want to go to. Disappointing 2013 season was capped by a late night snooze fest when they met the Kansas State Wildcats in the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl in Arizona. They lost 31-13. Devin Gardner was out with a broken hand, broken foot, and freshman Shane Morris struggled. That was the third team. They lost to a MAC team. Rich Rodriguez, his first year at the helm, they lost to Toledo, 13-10 in the Big House. Jim Harbaugh's final game against Arizona State, they lost. They were upset at the 1987 Rose Bowl, 22-15 by Arizona State. Michigan and Tennessee, they met in the 2002 Florida Citrus Bowl. They lost 45-17. Mississippi State, Rich Rod finally took his Michigan football team to a bowl game, Denard Robinson, and they lost 52-14 in the Gator Bowl. January 1st, 2011 was the last game coaching Michigan football. So those are the teams. And it's cool because they're going to play Texas and Oklahoma in home and homes the next couple seasons. Okay, what are the Twins looking to snap? How many playoff games has the Ari's joined us? Hey, Ari, how's it going? The Twins have lost how many consecutive playoff games coming into this year's playoffs? How many consecutive MLB playoff games have they lost? That's today's trivia question. They are down. They're up 2-0 at the end of 2. And Rangers up 4-0 on the Rays, bottom of the 7th. All right, Josh, thank you. Michelle, thanks for joining today. Bumble, some nice stuff, Michigan. Ari, thanks for joining at the end. We'll have you on the show anytime you want. We can talk hockey, Jets, whatever you want. We can talk Maryland football. You've got a big game against the Dump this weekend. I'd love to see a win right there. Will it happen? I don't know, but I'd like to see it. Giants, that was a total shit show yesterday. Send my love to Michigan, my mom, my dad, Carol and Carol, Mrs. S. I hope everybody has a great day. I am out of here. I'll talk to you soon. Adios, amigos. Adios. End.